How many times did you wish to say no to a situation? Whether it was a night out with friends but you had an exhausting day at work, or your boss asked you to stay 1 hour more or to complete additional tasks on top of your already full schedule. Indeed, you wish to say no, but instead you said yes, compromising your time, energy, needs, and mostly yourself once again. So, in this video, I will talk about the power of saying no and why it's so important to learn to say no sometimes. In this regard, I will highlight three main points. First, learning to say no will boost your self confidence while setting boundaries and rules in any relationship. Second, you can learn to say no by showing a positive attitude and kind words. And then the third or the last is learning to say no is a gesture of self-care and respect toward yourself. Over time, society associated a negative valence with the word no, mostly making people feel uncomfortable and intimidated. We often refuse to reject an offer or a favor because we fear that this behavior would be inappropriate and socially unacceptable. But here is the truth, guys. Learning to say no where needed is a way of promoting psychological well being and mental health by by respecting those values that matter to you. Consequently, this has the effect of boosting your self-esteem and love for yourself. Have you ever heard about the sandwich method? Saying no is hard, especially if you have never done it before. However, developing a natural way for you that makes you feel comfortable is the right strategy to acquire this healthy habit. You can fit a negative statement between two positive ones through the sandwich method. For example, if somebody asks you to hang out but you are not in the mood to be that party animal, you can simply say it like, "Hey, thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. However, I had a long day at work and I prefer to chill out at home. Anyway, if you are free in the coming days, we can organize something and spend some time together. What about having coffee this Saturday?" Nevertheless, it is not just about learning to say no, but also understanding why you would like to say it. What are the circumstances that motivate you? To whom are you saying it? And how do you feel about it? Furthermore, by saying no, you are automatically setting boundaries and establishing some limits. Setting healthy boundaries means defining the space needed to grow yourself, achieve your goals, and care about your well being. It is a kind of balance between you and society, between you and others, and between your values and the values of those around you. To set clear boundaries, ask yourself, what is my goal in life? When or in which circumstances do I feel happy and comfortable? Or what do I not tolerate? These are just a few examples. You may think about your personal life. Therefore, based on your individual needs and activities, you can start setting your boundaries. Do not be afraid to say no, guys. If people around you understand your needs, they will not walk away from you. You have proof that they are not worth your time and friendship if they do. However, boundaries can also be flexible and adaptable to situations. In contrast to the belief that saying no is selfish or impolite, it is a form of self love and an indicator of confidence and self esteem. Why? By saying no, you will gain more time and energy for yourself. By doing those things needed for getting closer to your goals, or simply for spending time alone, or the people who are most important to you. The key is always you choose how and where you want to invest time and energy. And nothing or nobody should influence this choice. You would also learn to build trusted and long lasting relationships by doing this. The only warning to pay attention to is when saying no becomes a copying is a chopping mechanism associated with isolation and avoiding behavior. Most of the time, depression drags people into a state of apathy, isolation, and withdrawal from society, which empowers the negative feeling of worthlessness and struggle. Recognizing the difference between a healthy no from a warning no is extremely relevant for your well being and self development. If you face a difficult period in your life and you are aware that your no keeps you from really caring for yourself, think about the possibility of consulting a psychologist. Why should I say no? Don Rockwell said most people don't enjoy saying no to their boss, colleagues, or employees, but a world without no is filled with distraction, chaos, frustration, and burnout. Therefore, saying no will change your life while promoting mental health. No means you are creating, following, and protecting your priorities. Saying yes when you should say no translates into a feeling of helplessness, misery, and dissatisfaction. It means you let others be in the power of your life and choices while managing your schedule and priorities, letting you feel powerless. Being in charge of your own decision and feeling free to prioritize your need is not rude. And learning to decline one's request with grace and kindness will let you feel good about it without regrets. Thus, your no is vital because, first, it is just right. We are living in a society influenced by the culture of FOMO, fear of missing out. This means that we mostly feel the pressure of pleasing someone else, leaving less space for who we are and what we like to do. Thus, rather than pretending to feel all right, we should empower our authenticity by being and doing what most suit our personality and life path. Saying no would lead you there. Second, it values yourself. Often, the lack of assertiveness is related to the fear of affecting relationships while worrying about others' opinions. However, learning to put yourself in the first place is an act of honor because you are valuing those things that matter to you without being influenced by external factors that defeat you from your purpose. It is an opportunity declining and over translates into a chance to do something for yourself. Therefore, saying no will generate more opportunities to dedicate time to anything you like. And then it enables your decisions while fostering self esteem. Learning to say no will empower your decision making process. Indeed, feeling free to make decisions is associated with less complicated and tension free situations. No is the new yes, declared an article in the Financial Times, and in 2020, even the psychologist Daniel Kahneman won a Nobel Prize for his work on saying no to impulses by changing the way we think about thinking. So the word no is life and game changer. It may sound uncomfortable, but in a long-term perspective, it will protect you from stressing out and resentful. There is no shame, and you don't need to give explanations or find an excuse. Instead, listen to your gut, intuition, and conscience. Last but not least, by saying no, your yes will gain more power and value because they are no longer a passive answer. Instead, your yes enhances the fact you want to spend some time with someone or that you truly would like to adjust your agenda for helping others. And this is a great thing to consider. Here are a few tips to say no to evolving into the leader of your own decisions. People will see you as helpful, flexible, and hardworking, and then ask asking for deadlines would be useful if you can avoid saying yes while giving you time to organize your agenda, and then explain your reason clearly and also try to see the other viewpoints. Kindness is the key. Learning to say no with grace will be better welcomed than showing defensive behavior. If you cannot make it, learn to delegate a task. And then the last is be firm and frank in making your decision. So saying no would make you evolve into a leader. From psychology to neuroscience. What do scientists think about it? PhD students, postdoc, and young principal investigators often face overwhelming pressure to align their research with superiors and colleges' expectation, affecting both work quality and self-care. Achieving a perfect work-life balance seems elusive for most scientists. However, the ability to occasionally say no can significantly impact career progression. Setting boundaries as experienced leaders do increases productivity and goal achievement. Embracing limitation nurtures mental health, showcasing the importance of self-respect. Mentorship plays a crucial role by guiding mentees in saying a clear no strategically, evaluating situations, time management, task prioritization, and reducing distraction, foster effectiveness, and then saying no preserves professional relationship and elevate a scientist estate. Learning to say no is also related to emotional intelligence. Hence, adapting one's own and others' emotional states will help in managing tasks, relationships, and challenging situations. Studies show higher emotional intelligence is associated with mental health, job performance, and leadership. Yes versus no. What is happening in the brain? The word yes and no carry emotional weight, stemming from our learned associations with approval and prohibition since infancy. Alia Klein et al. In 2007 study explored these associations through functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, revealing distinct neural responses to these words. The study predicted differing valences for no as negative and yes as positive, with no triggering slower response times and evoking negative signals in the orbitofrontal cortex, or OFC. And then this negative valence, coupled with anger control traits, correlated with increased OFC activity. These findings suggest childhood interactions shape our response to prohibitive commands, and engaging the lateral OFC in emotional regulation and developmental processes. Additionally, research by Brass and Haggard highlighted the neural signature of self-control, illuminating the frontal medial cortex role in inhibiting planned action. Understanding these neural mechanisms shed light on decision making and self-control, offering insight into disorders impacting impulse control and decision making. These studies enhance our comprehension of the significance of no and its neural underpinning.